Hi, this is Christopher Carino, the top developer of the world. You can find all my apps in playgoogle.com. You can see my logo, the top developer, the small like diamond, the blue on the right sides, uppermost, and you can see my logo G plus 1, the color red, the small one, below on the right. Okay, let's go back to my new Android. Where am I now? My new Android. So okay, there's in language. Wait a minute. Okay, too many. I cannot. In usability here. So it's a well designed app, can be easily localized for language script that are written and read from left to right, such as English, and for bidirectional language script. And bidirectional script, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this. Text is written and read from right to left, but numbers are embedded words from left to right languages, such as non-localized name are written left to right. Bidirectional scripts include Arabic, Hebrew, and Persian. So bidirect affects not only the layout of text and UI elements but also iconography. Iconography. These sections provides basic high-level information about how to consider bidirectional designs. So I made everything too many. I will not give the full details. And I think since the Google has a full access to my account, and I hope they will not claim. They just introduce. So in UI mirroring, so the main difference between left to right and right to left interfaces is how to passage of time articulate. Language that's used left to right scripts depict times as passing from left to right, and languages that are right to left scripts depict times as passing from right to left. So there's my elements, the imaginary, the text, the timeline. So in imaginary, from left to right, so an arrow pointing left to right, or right many. So here, in mirroring, there's a lot. I do this. All the icons are to the icon, navigations, icon, communicating. So I'm sorry. When I was applying in Odes online, I was the fastest reader around the world. So there are 50, I think it's 15 million different professionals. So I'm one of the fastest ever. Way back 2000, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2000, already, 2010. Here, so there's a back button, the forward button, the and left to right bicycle moving forward, like air. So about the in airplane mode, so like I did that. Right, and messaging too many. So next. So in media control for playback are always left to right. I did not do the mirror media playback or progress bar. The directions of these elements represents the directions of the tape, not the direction of time. Alright, so other localization considerations, again, next is many. I will not give you all the full details. I hope the Googler every day they posting the launching idea like this and this in color style, in material design is permeable hues, just post with muted environmental deep shadows, primary and accents, color themes, color schemes, and primary color, secondary color accents, text and background colors. So here, this is not a good presentation, and it's impromptu. I just woke up recently. So in color I don't know how to pronounce it, palette, color palette. So there's a red, pink, purple. So there's you can see the red. There is a number represent the hex. So I made this, and this is one of my ingredients in putting up this project. Ingredients, not only the algorithm that they're talking about, the syntaxes, no, there's a lot you don't know yet, and I will not tell you everything. So there's in color, the purple looks like a blue, not a violet, a purple. The purple is an indigo. You can see the number representations by hex. The hex is, you can see the hashtag. You can sample is that is in indigo. The 500 is hashtag. The equivalent of 500 in indigo. For example, of 500 in indigo is hashtag 3F51B5. Okay, and my daughter favorite color is purple. The 500 is hashtag 9 hash, like in my Slack, the Nchrist Slack, that Nchrist marketing, Nchrist Slack marketing.com, like in my Slack. Please sign up. So in my daughter favorite color is black, 500. It represent the hashtag 9C27B, I think it's O or 0 in 500. In pink, hashtag E91E63. So in red, hashtag FF44336. So as you can see, there's so many beautiful colors right now. You can put in your Android, in your TV. You can use everything. Alright, so in blue, the 500 is hashtag 2196F3. Okay, there's light, science, steel, so many colors. The green, 500 is hashtag 4CAF50. Alright, so lime, the light green, the amber, yellow. In yellow is 500 is hashtag FFEB3B. Alright, orange, in orange is Tagalog. And for orange is hashtag FF9800. So here, so in color scheme, so in customize the color plane. So made primer purple, accent green, secondary primary. So the primary is in indigo. Primary is purple. You can use the primary. You can use the secondary color. For example, is accent pink, the A, pink A200, that is secondary. Okay, there is A, so A hashtag FF4081. Example for secondary play is play with the various for what a darker or lighter versions of the color is needed. Okay, that's example. In compose, so in compose, okay, no, it's not on compose, it's still in color. Only use the accent color for body text to accent a web link, right? So do not use accent color for body text color, like you cannot see here. So in files, I do use the accent color for primary actions button and component like switches or slider. Not accent color for apps, bar, or larger areas of color. I avoid using the same color for the floating actions button and the background. Alright, so here too many. So in project proper priorities, so I use a fallback accent color over background colors that are too light or too dark. So I do not use the accents color over background color if there is not enough contrast. So I have an example here. You cannot see it yet, and I hope the Google will explain to you. I don't know if they can explain everything. Alright, so in the primary there can alright. So here I use opacity instead of gray. Of course, the black or white text that is transparent remains legible and vibrant against background color changes. This makes it more flexible than gray the text in the same context. So I do black text set to a 0.54 opacity to ensure a minimum degree of legibility and color harmony with new background colors. Okay, so many. In light text status bar, excuse me, up bar, the background, the cards or the dialogues, the dark theme, in dark theme status bar option. Okay, I have an example here. Okay, let's move on. Here in color, this continue continuation. In icons and materials, use geometric shape. This is geometric shapes. Like what I told you, it's not only algorithm. There is a geometric representation. There is combinations of all numbers, all mathematics, all letters, all everything, all colors. I mix everything plus the brain of menu. So here, in materials icons is geometric shapes. Product icons are visual expressions of a brand's product, service, and tools. System icons presents the command files. Okay. So in opacity, there's 54%. Active icon light 26. So in sizing, the product icon has 48 dp with 1 dp edges. System icon are 24 dp. Okay. Icon light, and there's a positive 54%. In active icon, the the background color is light when the opacity is 54%. Okay, and the icon in active icon is light if the opacity is 26%. So in active icon dark, the opacity when the opacity is 100%. And in active icon, the background color is dark when opacity is 30%. Okay, so you see the new Gmail, the letter M, Gmail, the product icon, like for example, in design approach, there's a design like the male. So in product icon design is inspired by tactile materials. Its icon is folded and lit. The lit as paper would be, but represented by simple graphic elements. The quality of material is sturdy with clean folds and crisp edges. The matte-like finish interacts way through the highlight and color. So I put the letter M, what you are using right now, the shell, the physical prototype, the lighting study, so materials protect, and the color study. Okay, so on product icon grid, so I grid the key lines. Alright, so the square, that in square, key line shapes are the foundations of the grid. By using these core shapes guidelines, you can maintain a consistent visual portions across related product icons. So in square, the height should be 152 dp, and the width is 152 dp. Of course, it's square. In circle, the diameter is 176 dp. So in vertical rectangle, the height should be 176 dp and the width is 128 dp. So in horizontal rectangle, vice versa, the height is 128 dp and the width is 176 dp. So in dp unit grid, for the Android expect product are going to be provided for the like this one, right? And scaling down, alright. Unit 1:1 unit grid and 4:1. As you can see, the 1:1 unit grid, the 4:1 unit grid. In geometry, preset standard have been determined for specific key lines, circle, square, rectangle, orthogonals, and diagonals. The small play of universal and simple elements has been developed to unify product icons and systemize their placement on the grid. Okay, so here I have many examples here. So in product icon anatomy, so in finished materials background, color, shadow. So in component, each component is position. If you can see my product, component is positions on top. In 1, 2, in the first finish. Number 2 is material background. 2 top finish uppermost. Material foreground. Number 3, alright, the white. And the color, number 4, in the center, the dark. So I put it like this: 1 top, 2 the below, and number 3 is the center of the page, like if you 1 2 3 page, and number 4 is the color, the center, there's the center, 3 and 4, and number 5 is the shadow, is here. The shadow, the material background plus the shadow, and the center, the middle is the material foreground, and the color, and number 1 is the finish. Alright, so each component is positioned on top of previous one always. So constructions perspective. So here I have my material background, the backmost material element, and material foreground. It's perfect kasi material elements raised above and casting shadows upon the material background. Material background, foreground, like that. Spot color, flooding, tinted edge, shade edge, contrast, finish, alright. So in top you can see the 45-degree angle. Okay, the drop shadow mode, normal, opacity 20%, offset, and X and Y offset, the 0 blur color. Okay, shade tinted. The tinted, this color is white. For example, white. Hashtag FFFFF5F, opacity 20%, something like that. Alright, so here, thin shades and shadow value. So cool, thin shade, shadow. So there is a blue indigo, deep, purple, so fresh, cool. Then fresh, tint, shadow, shade shadow. There's so many blue, gray, light, cyan, teal, green, light green, like this. Warm, naman, it's warm. Warm, yung cellphone, like you can see now, you are using right now. Warm, this hot, deep, orange, 900, like this, something like that. Neutral, alright, so product icon, product, so you can see product. So in color, I do the color elements are plus for paper surface. I don't embellish color elements with any edge or shadow. So I do this and I don't do that. You can see. Sorry. Alright, so I do layer paper element. I will not tell you everything about the elevating key material elements, top simple background, focus. Okay, I do not crop elevated materials elements within another shape. And I do in layer. Um, I don't. My robot says that because shoes with the quality of overlapping surfaces, having too many complicates the icon and lacks focus. So I do layered paper elements, create depth, having edges and shadow. Alright, so in scoring material like that, I do not use multiple scores or position score of center. Alright, so score material elements in illusions is only, you can see the circle, two circle is the score like that, not into multiple scores, the circle. Next. So in folding, fold materials elements are skewed, having greater dimensions. Spot colors should be avoided. Alright, so avoided. Circle, skewed dimension spot color should be avoided. So as to avoid altering or representation of the key elements. Alright, so I do simple folded materials elements are okay. So in overlapping, I do twice, one simple. I do not exceed more than two overlap. Okay, having too many complicates the icon and lack focus. Okay, in accordion, I do only two. I don't exceed more than two. Accordion folds, having too many complicates the icon and lack focus. Okay, so distort. Alright, so I hear the human iconography, so constructions, the keyline alignment. Alright, so in keyline shapes, square. Okay, like what I said in the previous geometrically, the representation, the square, the circle, the deep, what's the sizes. Alright, the percent. So in vertical, rectangle, the paper and color, the gestures, construction and compositions. Alright, so the human icon. So I do the use simple shapes for background silhouettes. I do not use the complicated shapes for background, like the star, too many simple circle and like that. And again, I do not use the simple head. I use the correct and consistent human form at all times, the circle and like that. Not there is a neck and a hair. No, I don't use that incorrect human form or add complex details. So in straightness like that, should be circle. There's a circular arm, terminal nor crop arm. The curves, I use straight edge for visual balance. Okay, there's so many icons, too many. Like what I did in Draw.io, the editors IO favorite, and he did not launched it yet. It's that is for my kids only. Monarchy. If I will release that, the whole world will chaos. I hope you understand. If I will release that, I can right now I can control all over the world. I mean, it's all devices. It's up to me. But I am human. Like what happened a few months ago, you cannot use your iOS, your upgraded, because I'm only using a simple device here in the Philippines. If you compare to Samsung, I have my Samsung there. You compare the price. This is only 1,000 pesos in the Philippines, and the Samsung, which I was using before, is 10,000 pesos. And the iOS, like for example, the Mac on this and Linux, um, it goes here in the Philippines is almost 30,000 pesos. The Apple, the iPhone, your smartphone, etc., etc. Okay. Alright, so let's go back to DP unit grid, icon grid, contest area, everything, key line shapes, and so on, and geometry. Take notes, not only algorithm. Alright, so system icons perfect. Okay, corners, inconsistency, exterior corner. Alright, and optical corrections. So in complex in the optical, you can see the optical is small scale, or the paperclip icon in example is only using 1.5 dp of the visible dp with storing multiple curves within 24 times for space. In small scale, the microphone icon is in this example is using a 1.5 stroke to indicate microphone sounds waves within 24 title, like something like that, so placement, everything. So in best practices consistently aids user comprehension of icon. Use the existing system icons whether possible and across different applications. So I do use consistent stroke, stroke, weight, and squared stroke terminal. So I do not use inconsistent stroke, weights, or rounded should be, see, stroke, rounded stroke terminals. if if the arrow is, for example, arrow like that, the head and the tail, if you can see, the tip is very pointed. It should be rectangular. Can you imagine the two big, the long rectangular, and there another rectangular. Once you put a rounded in the arrow, the like that, and arrow, and there is a tip. It's very inconsistent stroke, weight, or rounded. I do not use that. So in, like for example, in race, in do make icons appears from facing and starting. I cannot explain to you this one. Alright. Too many. So I got sleepless last night. Alright, so in dollar, too many. I did not sign up to I signed up to my email, and actually it will appear now in playgoogle.com, my websites. I have a lot. Hope you enjoy it. I will stop my video, stop filming now for another update.